What the dickens was that? I am loving WandaVision. Episode 3 is absolutely my favorite one so far. You know, episodes 1 and 2 had me falling in love, serenaded with what Marvel was doing with this unique concept. And episode 3 just said, yep, we're going full force, full startle power towards it all. And I'm loving it, guys. So make sure to comment down below and let me know your guys' thoughts. What are your theories for next week? What do you guys think are going to be going on in this whole entire wacky, unique world? And as well, guys, hit that like and subscribe. And if you guys didn't get to join me last week, I'd love for you to keep joining me for the weeks to come as we talk full spoiler detail over here on a daily basis. Every single time a WandaVision episode comes out, I'll be here to review it, and I want you guys there with me as well. So hit that like and subscribe button as well as comment down below once again. Let's get straight into this episode. This very much took place in only one singular location. Wanda and Vision are having a baby after episode 2. We saw that, and the pregnancy is very much going full force. Within the beginning of this episode, she's at 4 months. A couple minutes later, she's at 6 months. And a couple minutes later, she's having contractions. She's about to have the baby. But of course, starting out with the episode, we get a new intro and new song, which this, I love how each episode, again, is different, and this one is more of the Brady Bunch. This feels very much like the Brady Bunch, especially within its style, its tone, and again, that theme song, and just the intro and the visuals. All very beautiful, and I have my notes right here, but just, I love the production design for this episode as well. I think it is superb, and I'm very interested to see if they do a mockumentary style like The Office or Parks and Rec coming up soon. I would assume they're going to, because that's kind of like the newer, more modern flair of sitcoms, but we will see very soon. Again, I'm loving this. You know how this is all coming about. It's being very interesting, and again, it keeps you on your toes the entire time, while at the same time just putting a big smile on your face and entertaining you throughout it. But I did come up with one theory as I was watching this. There came a point where we are still trying to figure out, what is this Vision? Is it a manifestation of Scarlet Witch's membrane and everything of that nature? Or is it someone else being Vision? Now, in the beginning of this episode, I had a theory that that is not Vision. That is not Vision whatsoever. But then towards the end of this, I'm starting to think, I think it's more of just Scarlet Witch's mind and her membrane. I could be completely wrong. I do want to get your guys' thoughts on that, though. But there were a lot of fun elements through here. Again, talking about how the show puts a big smile on your face and keeps the laughs going. I love the elements of when the water broke, it started sprinkling water all in, and then Wanda's opening the curtains, having the wind all flow in, them building the baby stuff, and just them having these conversations about having a child together. I think it's adorable, and I think, again, Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen are just killing it and running with what is going on. I think they, again, know what's going great, and Paul Bettany, when he needs to switch that tone, especially same with Elizabeth Olsen, they go from the sitcom route, and then when they need to flip to, no, there's something actual serious going on, especially towards the end of this episode, which we'll get to very soon, there's some definitely weird things going on, especially when Paul Bettany goes outside, and he sees his neighbor just cutting into the wall. It's like, that's not supposed to happen. A lot of different things that are breaking within this world, the psychological world of what we're seeing and what manifestation is going on here. But let's just get to the giant thing that happened in this episode. Of course, Wanda and Vision have their baby. Right before that, we get some fun elements with, of course, Tiana Paris' character, which I don't want to give the actual name for. We'll find that out next week after she got blown out of that world and, we see Sword or Shield or whoever that is. I'm assuming it's Sword because we've seen that symbol all rushing up to her. We'll find out who she actually is after that. Again, if you're a Marvel fan, if you've kept up with the news, you know who she is, but I'm going to stake out of that for spoilers just in case you're not a giant MCU fan or, again, a giant nerd for all this stuff. You're just coming for a casual recap and review. But, of course, there's this fun little thing of the swan coming around and her trying to get it away. Fun elements in that. She helps her give birth, and of course we have 2 babies coming out. We knew they were going to be twins because of the trailers, but of course we have, if you guys don't know from the comics, let's just say it's William and Thomas, which I was very much excited to see that that's who we're going to get to, especially the little Easter eggs of them just talking about those certain elements and them talking about what they're going to name their babies. I just got all giddy and smiley from seeing that, and if you know the comics, you know where those characters eventually start going to, and I'm interested to see how they bring those characters in, because I really like them in the comics, so I'm just getting giddy all about it and seeing, she already gave birth, she already had the babies in this one episode. I was not expecting that. How fast until these kids are grown up? We're going to find out soon. Of course, after the birth of these children, they're sitting around, the doctor finally comes in and, things all sound and smooth. And of course, Vision walks the doctor out and sees Agnes, you know, who again is played by Catherine Hahn, and she just kills the role. And they start giving away certain details of what might be going on, and Vision's getting a little bit confused of who this, and they're talking down about Paris, and they're like, well, what's wrong with her? What is wrong with Geraldine's character? Why is she so suspicious? She has no house, no husband. What's going on? And inside the house, it goes back, and we see Wanda herself having a conversation with her, and she goes, I used to have a brother too named Pietro, which again, heart sank. I love Aaron Taylor Johnson, and I love him in that role of Quicksilver. I really do wish we would have gotten more of him. I'm still holding out hope that we get some glimmer of him in this show, at least just something, you know. If it's a manifestation of Vision can come back, then so can he for just something small. I don't think it is going to, but, you know, fingers crossed. We can all be fingers. Let me know down below if you guys think that's going to happen as well. But again, moving in, they're having this great conversation, and I love this moment in particular, looking at it when she goes, is it because Ultron killed him? And Wanda's shift from that sitcom to the Wanda we know. What did you say? What did you say? And her trying to go back on her words, and then poof, she's gone. Vision comes back in the house, and he was, oh, she had to leave. And we see him fast forward to her just blasting out of that world, rolling on the ground, laying there, and she messed up. In that instance alone, we're like, all right, this is getting really unique. And one of my favorite things about that is how the style, the cinematography, and again, the aspect ratio just started shifting. The color got a little bit minute. The filter got different, and it just all shifted out. She shot out, and it was like, oh, there we go. You got kicked out of Wanda's world. And that opens up worlds to see, where is this going? Who is keeping Wanda in this world? Is it her? Is it someone else? This is all going to be very interesting, and I'm literally eating at the bits, sitting on the edge of my seat going, no, don't end yet. Of course, we do have to wait a whole week now for episode 4, and I can't wait to see what they take us. I think this is absolutely a brilliant show. You know, if you aren't enjoying the jokes, understand that this is very much a show that understands what it is doing and where is it going, and I love that all to pieces. So before we get going, guys, the last thing I didn't get to mention was the Easter egg. Of course, they have one commercial per episode. And it was this mother who just needed a day off, and she went to get Hydra soaked. I wonder if that's going to tie in at all about Hydra and sort of stuff like that. I guess we will find out eventually. Very interesting. Let me know what your favorite commercial is so far. Let me know what your theories are for next week. What is going to be happening? Which decade or kind of sitcom might they tackle next? It's going to be interesting to say the least, guys. Thank you guys again so much for clicking on this. You guys are seriously all the best. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment down below your guys' theories. And of course, until next time, stay classy.